Hello, I Dr. Vinita. I'm PT Ortho. This is trigger point complex second video. Why trigger points form in the muscles? Okay, we see that in my last video. You see that what are the classification of that trigger point and the classification according to musculature and the hypothesis behind the trigger points. Okay, now we study why trigger points form in the muscles. Local muscle contraction must persist long enough to cause sufficient ischemia to create the energy crisis. Most of the time, we contract our muscles intermittently with period of rest in between. These period of rest allow a new flow of nutrients that can be then be used for the production of ATP molecule in the muscle tissue. However, postural muscles very often contract isometrically for long period of time without rest, like when you are standing or you are sitting in front of computer, your trapezius, your levators, okay, your back muscles, all muscles are working. When you are standing, your calf muscles, your hamstrings, all muscles are working continuously. There is no rest for these muscles, such that ischemia and the resultant depletion of ATP is sufficient to create a trigger points. This is one reason that trigger points are so often found in postural muscles. Prominent examples include the trapezius and the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Next, in this phase, what you see that when there is like this is muscle belly, okay, there is central trigger point which referring the pain, okay, full length of the muscle or into the other extremities, and here is why here the trigger point formation, because when signal is passing there is some link energy crisis or dysfunction and plate. Here the ATP uses are increased, okay, because synaptic formation, okay. In this there is a normal functional sympatholysis, or here is one muscle ischemia because injuries happen. Irritation or injury to a region of a muscle is another factor often implicated in the formation of trigger point. When a region of muscle is injured, highly irritable chemicals are released. Okay, here I explain you because here injuries happen and there is chemical and other sensitivity or tenderness of the area, and also cause a local swelling. This local swelling can press on nerves and causing more pain. It can also compress arterial blood vessels, causing ischemia. Furthermore, the pain caused by the irritation chemical and pressure from a swelling can initiate the pain spasm pain cycle. The central trigger points linking the energy crisis and dysfunction and plate hypothesis to form the integrated trigger point hypothesis. How this is happen? The muscles, even though the trigger points can form anywhere within a muscle, they most often form at the motor points of the muscle, usually located at the center of the muscle, where the motor neuron synapses with the muscle fibers. The proposed theory to explain why trigger points so often form at the motor points is called the dysfunctional end plate hypothesis. This hypothesis that when a motor neuron continually carry the message of contraction to a muscle fiber, it secretes excessive amount of acetylcholine into the synapses, causes the muscle fiber or motor end plate to produce excessive number of action potential. This results in a sustained partial depolarization of the motor end plate, which then increase the local metabolic demand for ATP by the muscle fiber. This increase ATP uses by the motor end plate of the muscle fibers. Then membrane further deplete the ATP available in the region of the motor end plate, which increase the energy crisis for the sarcomere located closest to the motor end plate. Therefore, sarcomere located most closely to the motor end plate tend to form trigger point more easily than sarcomere located in other region of the muscles. Linking the energy crisis hypothesis with this functional end plate hypothesis is called the integrated trigger point hypothesis, because motor point of a muscles are usually located at the center of the muscle fiber. Most of the trigger point formed are central trigger points. Then we proceed central trigger points and tote bands and attachment trigger points. Okay. Here you see by the picturization the neurotransmitters, receptors. Here they form the synaptic left and the acetylcholine. Okay, more here, and there is more need of ATP. Okay, and due to the more need of ATP, again and again, so that there is ATP consumption is more and crisis of the ATP and formation of the trigger points. Okay, due to less ATPs. Central trigger point, tote band and attachment trigger points. Central trigger points are these central trigger points. Okay, and there is tote band formation, active focus of trigger points. Okay, and the attachment trigger points here. Okay, here end parts, at the end parts there is attachment trigger points. Once its central trigger point has been created, okay, its sarcomere contract and shorten, pulling in toward their center. These create a constant pull upon the rest of the sarcomere of affected myofibrils. This pull stretches these sarcomere, created a tote band of muscle tissue. For this reason, central trigger points are usually found within a tote band. Okay, here you see. If the pulling force of central trigger point is sufficiently strong, the adjacent sarcomere of the affected myofibril that lengthen will not be able to dissipate the entire pulling force of the central trigger point, and its pull will be transferred to the end of the myofibrils at their attachment into bone. Here, okay, this part. The term entheospathy, okay, is used to describe the condition that results from this constant irritation to the muscle attachment and can either cause trigger point to form the sarcomere of the skeletal muscles tissue near the attachment, or cause a trigger point to form within the muscle tendon or the bone's periosteum. Muscle tendon, periosteum of the bone. Okay. Hence, once central trigger point have formed, they create a tote band that tend to create an enthesopathy. Okay, enthesopathy, which in turn can create a attachment trigger point. First, you see that trigger point form, which are central trigger point. They cause the tote bands, then they cause the attachment trigger points. Okay, and then full length of the muscle or value of the muscle is affected, and there is a contraction node formation. Then we proceed to the next. What are the general factors that create trigger points? Like excessive muscle contractions, Centrally, this is the prime factor for trigger point genesis, a muscle that contracts for an extended period, especially a long-held isometric contraction, or tend to close off the blood supply to the muscle tissue, resulting in ischemia and formation of trigger point via the energy crisis hypothesis. So that always be careful when you are prescribing the isometric exercises to your patient. Always teach your patient that they do 10 repetition, 5 repetition. After that, they stop the exercise, take some rest, and then they start. Okay, because in most of cases there is some articles on that patient doing isometric exercises like for 1 hour 2 hour, and they uh, trigger the trigger points. Okay, irritation, injury, or trauma. Whenever a muscle is physically irritated, second point, or injured, irritating chemical are released into the local muscle tissue. These chemical can create swelling in the muscle tissue, which compress blood vessels, resulting in ischemia, therefore initiating the trigger point formation. This chemical can also cause local pain and tenderness that can initiate the pain spasm pain cycle and contraction ischemic cycle, which can further lead to trigger point formation. Next is the perceived pain. Any pain perceived to be in a muscle, even if the pain is referred from elsewhere in the body, can result in the tightening of that muscle via the pain spasm pain cycle. This tightening predisposes the muscle to trigger point formation. Then we proceed. Next is the muscle splinting. If there is any pain, damage to an adjacent tissue, especially a nearby joint, muscle in that region of the body tend to tighten up as protective mechanism to splint the region. This splinting contraction of the muscle favor the formation of trigger points. Prolonged shortening. Whenever a muscle remain in a shortened state for a prolonged period, it will tend to adaptively shorten. And adaptively shortened muscles tend to tighten, increase contraction, and this increased tension favors the development of trigger points. Then we proceed prolonged stretching. Even though stretching any soft tissue, including muscles, is theoretically good, if a muscle is excessively stretched and or stretched too quickly, the muscle spindle reflexes will be initiated, causing the muscle to tighten. This will then predispose the muscle to the development of trigger points. Effects of a trigger points. The phenomena of a tight and shortened muscle become weaker is known as shortened active insufficiency. When a sarcomere shortens, its actin filaments overlap, covering up and making inaccessible some of the active binding sites needed for myosin actin cross bridge to form. If fewer cross bridges form, the strength of a contraction will be diminished, resulting in a weak muscle. Okay. Next, key trigger points. Okay. Key trigger points. Creating satellite trigger points. Once a key trigger point has formed, it is common for it to form the satellite trigger points, like central and attachment trigger points. Okay, functional muscular mover groups or antagonist muscles refer zone pain. Here you see that the formation of the trigger point is here central, but it causes referred pain or referred or attachment trigger points. Next is the functional and muscular mover group. Functional, this is also example of functional and mover groups. Same, hamstring, and the calf muscle. Okay, next is the antagonistic muscles. In antagonistic muscles, you see that biceps brachii trigger points, or there is deltoid and triceps brachii antagonist to that. Okay, and they have also trigger point referral pain. In this case, the key trigger point within one muscle often creates satellite trigger point in muscles of the antagonist group of muscles. Given that a muscle with trigger point tend to be tight, antagonist muscle often must contract more to even the pull across their shared joint, so that the tight muscle with trigger point does not asymmetrically pull upon the point, creating an asymmetry posture of the bone and therefore body parts at the joint. Then we proceed to the referral. Key trigger point often cause satellite trigger point to form within the musculature located within the referral zone. Even though pain within the referral zone of a key trigger point is not indicative of trauma, damage to the tissue of the referral zone, the nervous system interprets this pain as if the referral zone is experienced trauma or damage. As a result, the pain cycle kicks in, creating tightness of the musculature of referral zone, which predisposes trigger point formation in this area. Same with the functional or muscular group, that the given trigger point often makes the muscle it is located in the painful as well as tighter and weaker. The body tend to use other muscles that share the same joint action to engage and work instead in time. These other muscles may overload and therefore become a painful, contracted, and in turn up developed satellite trigger points. Okay, and next we stop here, and in next videos we find out the treatment for the trigger points. Okay, and treatment for the trigger point is very difficult. Okay, there is many more researches I found on Google search, but every research, every systemic view, they are explaining that there is no exact treatment for the trigger points. Okay, thank you so much, and please like, share and subscribe my videos, and please comment me in comment section if you want me to add something more, or any other topic you want to learn.